You've tried the Slopper now try William Shakespeare at bardcompany.net.
To thine own self be true. In Hamlet, Polonius gives advice to his son Laertes. It's a list which I don't think links up under one summary category. At the end of the list, Polonius says that the most important advice is to thine own self be true. Act 1, Scene 3. Which might mean follow your own agenda, not someone else's. And within that, maybe don't let people manipulate you. But it's vague. There is either cleverness or contradiction, because some of the advice includes give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. But then later, this above all to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. So, give few your real opinion precedes you can't be fake to anyone if you are true to yourself. And that is either a contradiction or cleverness. A lot of people would say that Polonius is not as clever as he sounds based on his behaviour and outcomes during the story. So they would lean towards the list of advice not truly coming from a clever, cunning man. So actually, I can't say with certainty what to thine own self be true means. It's either live life your way and don't be manipulated, or follow good moral principles.
Do not be false with the people.
I can add, though, that cunning strategy was a popular topic for intellectuals in Shakespeare's time, in particular because of the work of Niccolo Machiavelli. We can call him Big Mac for short. Big Mac became widely known in stages rather than all at once. During his lifetime, the late 1400s to early 1500s, he was respected mainly as a Florentine diplomat and political official in Florence. He was known among rulers, scholars, and political circles, but not famous in the modern sense. And then, after writing The Prince, 1513, his most famous work, The Prince, was written in 1513 after he lost political office and was exiled from power. But the book was not published immediately. It appeared publicly in 1532, 5 years after his death. That publication is what truly made him famous across Europe. Before Machiavelli, Europe had a tradition of advice books for rulers called Mirrors for Princes. These taught kings how to govern. Most emphasized Christian virtue and moral leadership. What made Machiavelli shocking was that he stripped away much of the moral veil and described politics as it often functioned in reality. Fear over love, appearance over sincerity, survival over purity. He spoke aloud what many rulers already practiced quietly. So he was leaning in to older traditions, Greek rhetoric, historical realism, Roman statecraft, strategic deception, and Renaissance power struggles. His originality was in clarity. Others hinted he dissected. China had strategy too for governing people. Chinese legalist thinkers such as Han Fei in the 3rd century BC argued rulers should use strict systems, secrecy, and manipulation to maintain order. But in Shakespeare's time, the Renaissance, the revisiting of Roman and Greek works, was influencing thought. People studied Roman political realism. Roman historians and statesmen deeply influenced Machiavelli. Tacitus described emperors using fear, propaganda, and calculated cruelty. Julius Caesar demonstrated political theatre and image-making in practice. Cicero mastered rhetoric and public persuasion. Machiavelli admired Roman Republic intensely and borrowed heavily from Roman examples. Machiavelli almost certainly influenced William Shakespeare, though not in a simple Shakespeare copied Machiavelli way. During Shakespeare's lifetime, Machiavelli had become famous across Europe as the symbol of ruthless political cunning. Even people who had never read The Prince knew the stereotype of the Machiavel, a cold, manipulative schemer willing to lie, betray, or kill for power. You can see that influence in several Shakespeare characters. Richard III, manipulative, theatrical, power-hungry, and willing to use deception as a weapon. Iago,
In the play Othello,
perhaps Shakespeare's purest Machiavellian villain, controlling others through psychological manipulation. Shakespeare could easily have absorbed Machiavellian ideas second-hand through translations, political discourse, theatre, culture, chronicles, or other playwrights such as Marlowe. For example, Christopher Marlowe begins the prologue of The Jew of Malta with a character representing Machiavel. So the influence was both intellectual, ideas about power and statecraft, and cultural, the popular image of the cunning political operator. Shakespeare also wrestled with ideas Machiavelli raised. Is morality compatible with ruling? Must leaders sometimes deceive? Does power change human nature? Is political order more important than virtue? What makes Shakespeare interesting is that he does not simply endorse Machiavelli, he dramatizes the cost of ruthless ambition. Characters who pursue power through manipulation often gain temporary success, but destroy themselves spiritually, politically, or psychologically. Returning to thine own self be true, it is interesting that Polonius emphasizes that advice. Maybe it is meant to foreshadow the later point in the play where Laertes behaves impulsively with poison and then regrets it. He has been true to his impulsive nature, but not been true to the side of him that then feels remorse. Perhaps the message is that people have too many conflicting intentions to ever be absolutely true to themselves in all ways. Finally, we should take a step back and look at the pacing of the story. If Laertes never went abroad, then there would be no farewell speech by Polonius. From a story pacing point of view, why does Laertes need to disappear from Denmark? It allows his sister to more easily become endangered, and that progresses the story, and impulsive revenge would be too early in the play. The play would finish too soon if he was in Denmark the whole time. So the farewell speech is a natural part of progressing the tension and pacing out the story nicely.
la 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 la.